I want to not just play that character, I want to be that character.
It's a brand new type of storytelling, as far as I know.
The accessibility of the game and kind of like our ethos, it just makes so much sense.
We got the absolute best people involved.
I get to play Alex Janicek, or AJ as most people call him, and he becomes your mentor as you play through the game.
Bruno was a fascinating character to play because if you take him at face value, he's driven by the need to win.
Pretty early on in the development of Dirt 5, we realised that we wanted to sort of tie the races together with a story, with a narrative.
We are sort of pushing the storyline through the podcast, so every time a big event happens in the game, the characters will come on our podcast and we interview them.
All right, you dirt heads, I'm James Pumphrey, as always joined by my co-host Nolan Sykes.
What's
and today
up?
we are talking motorsport, but we are laser focused on a dude named Bruno Durant. You ever heard of him?
The player is an up-and-coming racer, and the Dirt series is already this big established motorsport off-road experience that's wildly popular. AJ is indisputably the star of it. And needless to say, we want you to be motivated to beat Bruno Durant.
They put together such a detailed and interesting background and history for Bruno.
I didn't expect when I got kind of the download package from Codemasters that there was going to be this biography.
Kudos to the team for coming up with this kind of backstory.
You're in the booth with someone like sitting like only 10 feet or so from Troy or Nolan, but like in the headphones when we're talking,
Right,
it's like
yeah.
we're talking with like a different character, with a different person.
You know, those guys were just so good at creating that world and painting that picture.
Any dialogue that was written was really suggestions as to how the conversation would go.
Everybody in the room was operating at the top of their game.
The information was there, and you know, we would do one and make sure that we got it right, but then we would do at least, you know, one or two where they were just like, all right, do whatever you guys want.
The customization of this game and the scope of it, that blew my mind.
Bruno is one of the most interesting antagonists I've ever gotten to play, and anytime I get a chance to work with a team that would put together such an interesting concept, I'm all in.
If you played this franchise before, I don't know how they do it, but they keep it fresh, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's what I'm excited for people to play, and that's what I'm excited to play.
PlayStation